If you're watching the world news, you've probably noticed we're hearing a lot of language rooted in fear. Whether it's the coronavirus, the stock market, the job market, the number of suicides or mass shootings, whoa, there are way too many to list. Whatever it is that worries you, you have the power to choose to manage the information with a different perspective than one of fear. You may not be able to control any of the topics I mentioned, but you can manage your perspective and your reactions. I recall the quote from the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, which goes, "If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present." So let's take a look at this wise statement for a minute. If you're depressed, lonely, sad, or feeling hopeless, your thoughts are focused on a past experience. The past is the past and cannot be changed. The best thing we can do is forgive and not repeat the experience or the behavior of the past. If you're anxious, frightened, agitated, or worried, your thoughts are focused on a future experience. The future has not yet happened, so there's a great deal of potential to influence the outcome. The best thing we can do is to think about what we want and take deliberate steps to create it with every decision we make. We each have the opportunity to be an active part of the transformation away from fear, and more fear. Visionary and clergyman Douglas Horton said, "Action cures fear. Inaction creates terror." The present moment is the only place we experience true reality, our true emotions, and our true options. The present is the only place we can make a choice. In this now moment, we get to choose what we can embrace and allow to empower us, or choose what can bring us down into a place of believing we are less than, unworthy, powerless, and fearful. Let's be real. A possibility of something happening does not equal the probability or a guarantee that it's going to happen. We have the possibility of winning the multi-million-dollar lotto, but how often does that happen? We need to be honest with ourselves, and if we are concerned or worry, then we need to make a different decision. Continuing the same thought and behavior will get us the same result. Albert Einstein is widely credited with saying, "The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results." For each of us, in regard to our own specific concerns, we need to make wise choices in the present. If I'm concerned about health, I need to take steps to improve my health. If I'm concerned about finances, I need to take steps to balance my budget and spending. If I'm concerned about getting enough sleep, I need to take steps to reduce caffeine and go to bed an hour earlier. If I'm concerned about a friend or loved one, I need to be courageous enough to share my concerns without judgment or attachment to their final choice, and know I did what I could as a friend. I've got the power over my life to choose my thoughts, decisions, actions, and ultimately how the outcome will affect me. Let's use the example of the dreaded school report card. If you're cruising along with an A or B grade in a certain subject, but the next semester your grades start to drop, then you have two choices. One, follow your usual behavior and study habits with the continued outcome of a decline in grades. Or two, study more, read the chapters and vocabulary definitions, learn the theory, and ask for help. With a proactive approach to learning and improving, you will surely improve your grade. I recall in my college accounting class, I seemed to be one of only a few students who could participate in the class discussion. After 3 weeks, the instructor finally asked, "Why was that?" We all looked around at each other a bit miffed, until finally I said, "I read the chapter beforehand." I felt my classmates were stunned by this admission, but it got the point across, and it changed the way other students engaged with the material. I've got the power over my life to choose my thoughts, decisions, actions, and ultimately how the outcome will affect me. We each have the opportunity to be an active part of the transformation away from fear, and more fear. The 32nd American President Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." You've got the power over your life to choose your thoughts, decisions, actions, and ultimately how the outcome will affect you. That said, you've got the power over your life to choose if you will let fear overcome you and everything you do. Make a choice to manage the things you can, not the things you cannot. For a deeper look at this, check out my Bliss blog on the Spark website at spark-unity.org. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You've got the power. Namaste.